Ke nna Motshabi Moloi, moradi wa Albertina, Mama Chona le Joseph Mbutana Moloi. Ke le lekgolokwe le hlaba kotswana, le hlaba kgoho ka lemao ka sebonong, le hlaba le isa kgorong ha makgwakgwane. Makgwakgwane a eja a e halala, a re kgutla hape o e eketsa, motho wa wetsi.
Welcome to The Journey with Mpo podcast, a sacred space for healing, love, and rediscovering your life purpose. Introducing your host, Mpo.
Okay, so we'll start off with a mic check. Let's see. Tell me what you had for breakfast.
I made waffles.
Ooh.
With bacon, homemade hash browns.
Okay.
And sausage, vegan sausage.
Ooh, so you did the bacon and the vegan sausage?
Yes. Yes, I did.
That's evil. Like, you've got to be one. You can't be vegan and carnivore.
Yes. I'm like, man, look, I haven't had bacon in over a month, so yeah. It's been actually probably like 2-3 months since I had any bacon. I'm like, man, look, it's sitting in the freezer. I'm like, you know what? It's getting eaten today.
You're like, this pig's going down today.
Yes. Like, look. And plus, I'm like, I got my medicine. I got enough medicine. I'll be okay. if I feel anything, I'm taking my medicine. I'll be all right. But yes, I am the cook. I make all the food, so yeah, man. So yes, I made it for everybody, and they got eggs with theirs too. So they had waffles, bacon, eggs, and sausage with homemade hash browns.
Oh.
Yes, she bought me a little what's it called? The Veginator or something. It's supposed to make. And it's real simple. It's supposed to take your vegetables. All you do is just turn the wheel and it makes it into like lasagna, like spaghetti noodles.
Oh.
So it's real easy. And it took me maybe 5 minutes to make fresh hash browns with it. Like just turning it up. Like, oh, green potato. Okay, you know what? Yeah. All right, put it in the air fryer. 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Oh,
this is easy cooking. This
yes.
is way too easy cooking. This is first world cooking.
Yes, and man, my son was so impressed. I'm gonna call you Denny's. This is like Denny's. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Hash browns like Denny's. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Journey with Mpo friends and family. Welcome back. We are so grateful to have you here. In the studio with us is Korion, a husband, father, and poet. Born in St. Louis, Missouri, spent his early childhood in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and finally gracing us with his presence on Oahu, Hawaii. I am super pleased to introduce you guys to Korion.
Show me. King origin, representing intelligence, organic nigga, born and raised. Show me state, grabbing to be great, destined to be heard. Mama preaching the word, in churches on curves. She tried to show me the way of life. Day by day, a little bit of pay. For my soul she prayed, God protect her baby, while driving her crazy. Always humble, forever amazing, leaving microphones blazing. My heart is my amplifier, with a vision to inspire a poetic empire that reaches higher than the stars. I'm a Sagittarius, centaur warrior, spitting bars from the womb to a room, born to bloom, blow up like a balloon, street knowledge I consume. Mama raised me right, showed me the light. My brothers and cousins, they showed me how to fight, showed me the way of the streets, showed me the nature of the beast, showed me how to hustle to eat, showed me to be strong, not weak, showed me to never settle for defeat, showed me how to walk on water with Jesus' feet, showed me how to be broke but never beat, showed me how to stay woke and never sleep, showed me how to believe in me, showed me how to conquer impossibilities, showed me how to go hard and deep with each word unleashed, showed me how to fulfill my prophecy, leave a poetic legacy, be all I can be in this army of MCs, destined to write history. STL, the gateway to hell, the dark and dirty basements where the gangsters trail, make the double tuck his tail, always got something to sell, a story to tell, born in the 70s. Here's a list of games I played as a kid in the 80s. Kickball, red light, green light, hide and go seek, catch a girl, get a girl, this was my hood, my world, the 90s were crazy. My homie fucked the head of baby with the girl that took my virginity. Demons playing with my sanity, show me never know who your enemy. My uncle was a paranoid schizophrenic who showed me sports, showed me never be scared, don't panic. Never, ain't nobody gonna give you respect, demand it. Mama stayed whooping my ass. I stayed getting head in drama class. I can't believe I passed. STL, got that failure to fail, rebellious as hell. I write like it's my will, it's God's will. With a pen and a pad, I got God's skills. I'm an arrogant ass. This life I smash, do anything for the cash. Gotta get it quick fast. We call each other dirty. We die way too early. We stay so fresh and so clean, banging and slanging, chasing our dreams. Will we ever be worthy? Can't talk about my hood without the food. St. Louis barbecue, Lee's chicken, London and Sons. Go to the Chinaman, get some pork fried rice, duck and noodles, St. Paul sandwich. So St. Louis, you don't understand it. Everybody from St. Louis knows the best piece in the world is emos. Welcome to my hood, the good, the bad, the happy, the sad, the streets gone mad, where we did all that we could, have for what we should. Like said the entertainer said, we don't live by the hope, creed, but by I wish a nigga would. Show me.
What? So when I asked you to come on, I said, give us a poem that will introduce you. And so what did you do? You went home and you were like, I don't have one, so I'm just gonna pull out some new shit.
Yes, that's exactly what I did. I don't have an affirmation poem. Because I love to write, so I rap too. And one thing, I'm like, you know what? No, I'm a poet first. Poetry has always been my first love. So I'm like, you know what? Now's the time to write one, right now. So that was new shit for y'all.
You came in packing. Vision to inspire, heart is my amplifier, poetic legacy, say what? How long did it take you to write this poem?
It took maybe like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, because I wanted to make sure that I was true to myself and my surroundings, where I grew up, how I grew up. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what made me write it. Like, you know what? Yeah, it's time to open up and show people who I am.
Yeah, I like that. So speaking about your early childhood and where you grew up, right? You're the youngest of 4 children and grew up in a single parent home.
Yes.
There must have been a lot of childhood memories created. Do you have favorite childhood memories? One, maybe?
My favorite childhood memory is actually a very scary one because, well, it was fun because it was the only time I ever really seen my mom terrified.
Okay.
Because she told me one day, she's like, boy, take the trash out.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the trash out. I grab the trash, bag it up, open the back door, about to take it out, and maybe 100 feet from me is 2 grizzly bears.
Ooh.
Oh! I screamed. I don't even know if I let out a real scream. I know my mouth open, but and ran back in the house. She was like, boy, I told you to take the trash. I'm like, there's bears in the backyard. And I was known for my imagination. I was like maybe 8, 9. She was like, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. You know, take this trash out. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to beat me. And she couldn't believe, like, what you say? Oh, you're going to have to beat me. She's like, oh, I'm going to open this door. If ain't no, but God gonna have to pull me off of you. And she opened the door. Oh my Lord Jesus. And I'm like, see, told you. There's bears in there. There's bears in our backyard. And yes, we stayed in the hood. It was nothing but concrete. I don't know how the bears got there. Only thing I could think of was we did stay on one of the main streets, and the Ringling Brothers, Barney, and Bailey Circus would come down the street with all the cars and everything. It would literally come down the street. And I love that show. I love the circus. We would go all the time as a kid. Mm-hmm. That was the one thing. Mom didn't have a lot, but that's the one thing she would take me to for sure. Every year, at least twice a year, when they came, we would go to the circus to see them. And I really do not like musicals, but The Greatest Showman, I'm like, man, I know that circus. I've been there, I've seen it. I'm like, I love The Greatest Showman. I'm like, I know it. I felt like I knew the people.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite circus movies too. And the beginning, oh,
yes,
and I'm like, yes, I want to grow up in a circus too.
That's one of my probably the favorite childhood memory because I can tell that story all the time. People, man, I thought you said you grew up in the hood. I did. That's what makes it amazing that there was bears in the backyard. Because when you think of bears, you think you're out in the forest somewhere, not in the middle of the concrete jungle. Just like only thing I can think of, we did have these sap trees, and I think that's what attracted them and made that because they went past the trash cans and came straight into the yard. Because we had the big dumpsters out there, but they went right past it. Was on the trees. And yeah, it was crazy to see.
So it's more like your mom's horrific moment, but your favorite childhood memory.
Yes, because she could not believe. And she was, because I tell she's the strongest, bravest person I know.
Yeah. So speaking of your mom, right? So she was a missionary who preached the word of God in churches and on street corners. How would you say her missionary work or just her general life affected or shaped the man you are today?
Oh, it's everything to me. The way she raised me makes me who I am. Cause I'm a simple person, and she was very simple and straightforward, and I am straightforward as it get. If you ask me something, I will tell you. That's why a lot of times I'm quiet and don't say too much because I'm not filtered. If you ask me, I will tell you straight up, straightforward. Yeah. And her missionary, she would literally go to different churches and just, and they would ask for her to speak and tell her story because she grew up and she was diagnosed with sickle cell. Okay. She had sickle cell anemia, and notice I said had. There's no cure, but they can't find any traces of it now. Oh. Whatsoever. It's like it just disappeared.
That's interesting.
Yes, because she's 69 now, living life, but the way she raised me was believe in God. God will get you through all. Yeah. Just you really have to believe. And at first, I was like, but it grew on me quickly.
Okay.
As a kid, because we went to church every single day, every day.
Wow.
Every single day.
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Oh,
we were in church. Prayer meeting, Bible study,
home cell.
Church. Yes, we used to play the Bible game. We called it the Bible game, and I was the best at it. I was the best. Yes, I would tell people, look, I've probably forgotten more about the Bible than you will ever know, because that's all we did was go to church. After church, come home, and my mother worked nights. Before she would go to work, we would probably have a little Bible study or something. Again, because that's what I wanted to do. I actually, after a while, by the time I was 5, 6, I was questioning her about the Bible. Like, well, did you know this? Or how about this? And then seeing her actually not being afraid to where if the church closed, her and this other Pastor Marshall was his name.
Yeah.
White guy. They would go on the street corner, just had a microphone and an amp on the street corner, preaching the word, people thinking, oh, you're going to hell and you're the devil. My mother was not that way. If she see you doing wrong and she knew you wasn't going to do it, she would tell you, oh yeah, you're going to burn in hell because you ain't no good. But if you were actually making an attempt to do anything right, or if you just needed help and she understood, she would tell you, look, I don't hate you. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm not here to judge you. I'm no different than you. Like, we as Christians aren't supposed to sit here and tell you how wrong you are. We don't like this. We're supposed to tell you what is right and that what part of the sins is wrong. Like, look, the best way to explain it is, the way she explained it was, don't hate the sinner, hate the sin. Love the person. You can love a person and not like what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's what she would tell, like, look, I love you. I don't like what you're doing, but I love you and God loves you. Like, just put your faith in that and you'll be okay. And she lived by that. And the strongest thing I ever seen her do and go through and still going through, my brother, he's an addict. He's a junkie, and to see her lose him, and at 15, 16 years old, he out in the streets, and let's go get your brother. Walking into crack houses, and she walking up to him, they got shotguns at the door. Move, devil. I ain't scared of you. In Jesus' name, I will beat your ass. That's why I knew if she cussed, I knew she's not playing. It's on and popping and she cussed. Yeah. But that's what she would do. She would tell him straight up, boo, devil, I'm not scared of you. People like, nah, your mama ain't She's like, oh, you think because I'm a Christian, I won't kick your ass? Where in the Bible does it say you have to be a punk ass Christian? That was one of her quotes. Where in the Bible does it say you have to be a punk ass Christian? She was like, I ain't scared of you, devil. I'll beat the hell out of you right now. And that was her favorite saying to me.
Hopefully not you being devil, but you just being son. I ain't scared of you, son.
I ain't scared of you. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. She would tell, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. In Jesus' name. And I would tell people, oh, you ain't been beat until you've been beat in Jesus' name.
She sounds like such a phenomenal and inspirational and strong woman, for that matter. Single parent with 4 kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the ghetto, oh my goodness. Like, my house was never boring. Ever. Even, because, like I said, my mother had 4 kids, but it was always more people in the house. We stayed in my grandmother's house. It was usually 10 or 14 people in there.
Yeah. Cousins, aunties, uncles. So let me take a slight turn here and jump into your poetry. So I've seen you perform songs that you've written, and then I've seen you perform poetry. Which of the two would you say you identify most with? Would you say I'm a poet or musician, and why?
I would say I'm a poet first.
Okay.
Because that's what I started doing. Writing poetry. I didn't think of it as music. To be honest, I didn't even really think of it as poetry. I just thought of it as writing.
That's true. Me too.
I was just writing.
Yeah.
And then, like I was saying earlier, my 7th grade teacher, she's the first person who was like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is how people should write. This is how essays are supposed to be written. And she laminated it. I'll never forget that. The Iliad and the Odyssey. She laminated my paper on that and was like, this is going to be my example. This is how I'm going to teach other students how to write using this. I'm like, oh, okay. And then by my freshman year in high school, I had realized, you know what? I do have some skills because I was sent away in 8th grade to live with my uncle. I was kind of being bad in North Carolina and had an essay on what makes America great. And my social studies teacher, I didn't want to do it. She was like, "Oh no, you're gonna do this in front of the school." I'm like, "Why? You ain't making nobody else do it. You're gonna do it."
Yeah.
She's like, "It's that good. Believe in yourself." Because okay, I didn't want to do it, but not that I was scared. I just didn't. I'm like, okay, I didn't think it was that good. But she did, and she had to believe in me. I can't remember her name to save my life, but my 7th grade teacher was Miss Nooner. 8th grade teacher, can't remember her name, but she changed everything because she forced me to get on stage. That's the first time I had actually been on stage. Like my 7th grade teacher, she just laminated it and saved it.
Yeah.
But my 8th grade teacher, she forced me to get on stage. It was like, you're going to do it in front of everybody.
Yeah.
The only downfall, and it didn't faze me, I actually was kind of relieved. My mic cut off. So, and nobody said anything to me. I was sitting there and poured my heart and soul out of me.
And they let you pour out your soul and heart to nothing.
Pretty much. People in the first row heard me. First couple of rows heard me clearly, but the rest of the school didn't. Like somebody could have said, "We can't hear you."
You raise a good point though, saying that I never thought I was a poet. I just thought I wrote something and I was a writer and anyone can write. Now, having done poetry for as long as you have done poetry, do you still feel that way? Do you still feel like maybe you're not good enough or you're just a writer? How do you feel about your writing these days?
I actually feel pretty good about my writing now. I have abundance of confidence in myself now. I used to be like, well, this is pretty good. But then hearing other people, I was like, oh man, I wish I could write like that. Now it's like, oh, that is dope as shit.
Yeah.
But I'm just as dope. Now I'm not so much more like, oh, I wish I could write like that. I'm like, I can write like that. I can do something just as good as that. I'm like, they dope as shit. I'm dope too.
Yeah.
And like, my brother, Z, I love Z.
Oh my goodness. If I hear Z's name on this podcast one more time, I know we live in an island. I'm kidding,
But
Z. I love you.
Yes, Z challenges me. Without even knowing it, but he challenges me. Like, I hear him, oh, you know what? I can do that. Except the ultra black. His ultra black, I'm like, no, I'm not touching that one. I'm like, gee, that is
competition.
That you slayed it. There's nothing nobody can do that's gonna really top that in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's the only time. But as far as I go and compare myself to other poets, I don't really compare myself. I just look at it as I'm just as good. I belong with anybody. I feel like, hey, you might be great, but I'm just as great.
Yeah.
Maybe in a different way, in a different light, but I'm still as good as you. No matter how good you might be, I'm just as good. That's how I feel now. As compared to being maybe when I first started writing, it was just, okay, I'm writing. Then people were like, oh, that's good. Then I heard other people like, nah, I could kill that. I was like, oh, wow, you are better than me. Now, I just be like, oh, that was dope. But you know what? Let me see if I can match that. I can match that.
Oh, man. So, I guess to me, it appears as levels to your performance preparation, and maybe this is what helps your confidence too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the focus doesn't just seem to be on your words, but your dress style too. You know, on several occasions I've seen you perform dressed in very bold and vibrant 3-piece suits and a variety of hats. Is this part of a persona, or do you simply believe in the old adage, when you dress good, you feel good?
Yes. Oh, yes. It's actually both. It's part persona and damn sure when you dress good, you feel good. Yes. And my mama always told me too, yes, the church says come as you are. But if you can go out to the club and put it on your best to go to the club, why can't you put on your best to go to church?
That's true.
And I took that as, you know what? You're right. If I can just fly to go here, I can just fly to go to church, I can just fly all the damn time and feel fly all the damn time.
Hey.
And that's my thought process. Like, you know what? And sometimes depending if I know I'm gonna do a certain piece, like, you know what? Yep, I'm gonna wear this suit. This is the suit for this piece. But I always try, like, you know what? I'm gonna be the flyest motherfucker in here.
He is, by the way, right now, because I'm wearing my summer dress, my home dress, and he's in a suit. So he's always the flyest MF in here.
Yeah. Oh, I always want, man. Yeah, have a sec. I'm so fly, I can show him the bird.
That's what I was going to ask. So are we dressed for the I'm so fly piece? Because I think we're ready for the I'm so fly piece.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You guys are not ready. I am, but you guys are not ready for this one.
All right, y'all. This is the people's piece. I like to call it because they love it. So here it is. I'm the shit. I'm the shit, the bomb, the man, mandingo, motherfucking warrior. I'm the reason God rested the day. After create perfection, who wouldn't need a break? I'm the tip of the iceberg. I'm beautiful, elegant, handsome, gorgeous, vibrant beast. These are a few words to describe me. You can try to use a dictionary, but I ain't enough words. You heard it? How what legends are made of. How what dreams dream about. Why? Because I'm the shit. I'm so sexy. If my shadow was on the magazine covers, the catch you read, that's a sexy motherfucker. If opportunity knocked and I wasn't home, it would wait. In a past life, I was myself. I pissed rich and shit wealth. If you only had one breath left, you'd use it to kiss my black ass. Cause you want to taste the heaven before you pass. I was so hot, I went to hell and the devil got AC. Said, fuck it, lung free. He too hot for me. I went to heaven and Jesus was mad. I asked him why. He said, I look like my father. I wish you were my dad. Why? Because I'm the shit. I'm the reason the earth rotates, trying to get everyone to see my face. I don't look in mirrors because my reflection gets jealous. The sun doesn't burn bright, that's just a reflection of light from my eyes. I'm so fly, I teach flies how to fly. I'm so sweet, bees make honey from my sweat. I'm so clean, water used me to wash itself. Why? Because I'm the shit. I'm so much the bombs wish they were me. Stars fall from the sky to get closer to me. I'm so sexy, myself and I fight over who gonna make love to me. When it rains, it's just God crying cause he can't be with me. I'm so sexy, if I was on your mind, your thoughts would get so wet your brain would drown. Why? Because I'm the shit. I'm so sexy, drag queens wish they looked like me. And I'm a man. Every time I step outside, The wind blows, whispering to me, I'll always be your hoe. Also fine, cameras shoot each other, trying to get a picture of me. Why? Because I'm the shit. I made arrogance humble, confidence meek. I made victory cry, cause it knows my looks can't be beat. I made good, bad, happy, mad, great wanna be my soulmate. Death killed itself, cause it refused to take me. Saying the world needs something beautiful to see for all eternity. If you don't think you the shit, there's something wrong with your head. Is your insides dead? You just gotta believe in you. Then you can be the shit too.
Oh, shit. I don't even know what to ask every time I hear that poem. Okay. So, is this how you hype yourself up every day?
Yeah, man. I tell everybody you gotta love you before anybody else can. And yes, I love me some me. I love me some me. Like that. I'm beautiful. I'm gorgeous. I'm the shit. I tell them I'm the shit. But I'm a simple person, even though I believe in myself and it may come off as it. I'm laid back, simple dude. I tell them, don't let the suit fool you, because my wife, she got pictures of me sleeping in the airport on the ground, just not caring. Like, she's like, you got a suit. I don't care. I'm like, man. But at the same time, I'll be like, you know what? I'm sexy. Because to me, it's just, if once you stop believing in yourself and start doubting yourself, then things become that much more harder, and life is already hard enough. Without you doubting yourself, people gonna doubt you anyway. And that's another thing I always tell someone. They tell me, you always got confidence and believing in yourself, like everybody likes you. I'm like, oh, I ain't stupid enough to believe everybody likes me. I'm like, I always tell them, like, man, don't worry, stop worrying about what other people think. Believe in you, because I'm like, and I always give three examples. I'm like, look at Jesus, look at Gandhi, look at Dr. Martin Luther King, look at Nelson Mandela. They all were great men who just wanted to do right, and they all were killed. People hated them.
Yeah.
No, but despite the fact that they just wanted to do right, people still hated them. Yeah. I'm like, so no matter what you do, somebody's gonna dislike you. So love yourself.
You know, one thing that I like about that piece, when I hear you read it, right, or when you recite it, I feel like you wrote it for yourself, but then you also wrote it for the people, and then it has a laughter element in it. It's so fun. You can't help but feel good about yourself and laugh too while you're at it.
Yes, that's why I'm like, man, this can't make you laugh and put a smile on your face. Like, you know, I'm the shit. You can't feel like, I'm the shit just a little bit. Because, yes, it was for me like, man, look, believe in yourself, have confidence. I want other people to believe in themselves and have confidence too. Yeah. We all should believe in ourselves and have confidence and know that we the shit.
Yeah. But now I'm going to write I'm the shit on a sticky note, put it on a mirror, and every time I see it, I'm going to think about that poem. I teach flies how to fly. I'm the shit. So, you know, tell me a little bit about why you write poetry. What is the purpose behind your poetry?
The purpose behind my poetry is, for me, is a way of releasing, and for the longest time, when tell my story, and till this day, I still haven't really told my full story. Just give people little pieces, little dab here and there, because I tell anybody my story. To me, is better than fiction. Can't make this shit up. But through my poetry, I give you a little piece of me every now and then, or try to just feel good about something. I just love writing. For me, like I said, people can call me a poet. I don't have a problem with it. I think of myself more of a writer. Just I really love to write, but poetry is a love of mine now. For a while, I had felt out of love with poetry. Like in high school, my sophomore year, somebody stole my notebook, my book bag, and I had by that time I had at least 50 to 60 poems.
Wow.
Just constantly writing, and they took it all, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I don't even care no more. It broke my heart. I was so mad because this is the 90s, early mid 90s, so only had computers in school.
Yeah.
So notepad was important.
Yeah.
And that's what real. And to this day, I still, even though at times I'll be on my phone putting it, I still write it down first.
Me too.
Or yes, I have to write it. I have to write it. That's why sometimes, and I'm a slow writer too.
Yeah.
So, like I told you, the show me poem, the one I started off with, took me 4 hours. That is pretty damn quick. That's really quick for me. Usually it may take me a day or two, and I'm not sitting there rewriting. It's just little line, and thinking about what I'm saying as I go. Because me, it's all about feeling. I just can't write it put a line because, oh, you know what, that sounds good. If I don't feel it, I'm not gonna write it.
That's
good. Yeah. It's not so much, oh well, you know what, this line right here gonna kill them. It's never that for me.
Yeah.
Whether if it ends up falling that way, that's great.
Yeah.
But it's all about feeling. If it's not something it's either something I feel, or something I've been through.
Yeah.
It's pretty much, or something I've seen. Those are my 3 topics as I write. Something I feel, something I've seen, something I've been through.
Those are good 3 tips to go by, you know. Then it helps you stay authentic to you and true to your poetry. Then poetry never gets boring because you're doing it in a way that feels good to you, that resonates with you.
Yes, and that's the most important thing to me. As long as I like it and believe in it, then that's all that really matters to me.
Yeah.
Like people say, oh, I write poetry for this. I write poetry for me. I'm selfish. Like I write it for me.
You're the shit, though. You're gonna write poetry for you. Who else will write it for
I write it for me, and if you enjoy it, then that's great. I do try to inspire. I do want to inspire people and give them, like I said, give them the sense that they're the shit too.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, it's for me.
Yeah.
This is my way of healing and getting through things, or putting a smile on people's faces, whatever the case may be. And my wife, her favorite poem, I don't know, her love poems and everything. Her favorite poem ain't even a love poem. It's about a kickball, red ball. That's her favorite poem. Seriously?
After all the love poems I wrote you, this is where we're at.
Red ball for real? She's like, yes, it just takes me back to my child. I'm like, no. And that made me feel so good. Like, wow, that's exactly what I was going for. Yes, it took you back to your child. Yes, because that red ball, playing dodgeball, kickball. Yes, that was a stronghold. And that's one of the pieces I wrote for everyone. Like, man, look, for my 70s babies, raised in the 80s. Like, look, y'all remember playing outside. We did something kids don't do now. We went outside and played all damn day. Yeah. Until parents had to call, mama had to call me in the house. Boy, come eat. You better get in this house and eat something. Because we didn't need to eat nothing. We was outside playing. And red ball, it all started a lot of with that red ball. We didn't have nothing else. We had that little red ball because it was cheap. You might be poor, but we had a red ball. Yeah. And that's her favorite piece is red ball. But for me, it was, I was happy when she said it took it back to a childhood. Oh, that's the point. Yeah. If it can touch you and remind you of being a kid, because that's who I am. Yeah. Besides being a fly individual, I will tell you that I am a grown ass kid. I am. people might see me in the suit and I don't think I'm approachable or laid back, thinking, oh, he's so
Uptight.
serious, uptight and shit. No, the hell I ain't. I am a character. I am a straight character. Oh, yes.
Okay. So, speaking about being a grown-ass child, right? Being a kid. You have an 11-year-old son.
Yes, I do. Yes,
Who,
I do.
by the way, has performed and won a number of poetry slams.
Yes, that man, he's the future. Oh my goodness. And the first time he ever performed, I damn this shit at myself. I was so scared because we did it together.
Okay.
And he was 4.
Wow.
It was at the Fresh Cafe. And I'm thinking, because why won't you let me go on stage? Like, boy, you on.
Oh
No,
goodness.
Daddy, I want to go on stage.
Oh.
You know what? What are you going to do? And he was like, I can sing the song. And he has always had an old soul. Like, seriously. So we came up with hooks. I'm like, his favorite songs, and then I'll write a verse to it. And what it was, we chose The Lion King, because he loved The Lion King. So one of the songs that he came out, swing ya by the beat to move, the circle of life, the circle of life. And man, when he did it, he opened up with that. I almost forgot what to say. I had to grab him. Like, that was so beautiful. And then I started performing. Then the next part was Let It Be. Yes, the Beatles' Let It Be. At 4 years old, that was one of his favorite songs.
Oh.
The first time he heard it, we were in the car, and I was playing it, and I skipped right past it. I started playing it, I skipped right past it. Daddy, go back. Go back to what? That song. What song? He's like, yeah, Let It Be. And he started singing along. He loved it.
Wow.
So, and I could tell he got a little nervous at that part because he started, let it be, let it be, let it be. And people started joining in. Let it be, let it be. And he's like, oh, okay. With these words of wisdom, let it be. And then I can't let it be known that it was so beautiful at the end. We did not know this, the last part we took, because he would cry at night. He would wake up in the middle of the night, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just screaming. Just like, oh my God. And one night, Mommy had a ladies' night out. Daddy, oh shit, oh son, why are you crying? It's like, please, oh your mama ain't back yet. Why are you crying? And all of a sudden something say, and I can't sing, but something say, start singing. And the only song I could think of that popped in my head was Lean on Me. Lean on me when you're not strong. Yeah. The original, come to find out, same birthday. And he instantly stopped crying.
Wow.
The moment I started seeing, he stopped crying. For the longest, my wife did not believe, sing Lean on Me. He will stop crying every single time. It worked. To the point when he was 1, took him home to St. Louis, and we drove from St. Louis to Oklahoma. Had it playing. I can't believe this shit is actually working. No, I don't know what it is, but that's his song.
That's his spiritual song. He's
And at the end of his first performance, when he started to sing, everybody got up and started singing. He's waving his hand. He just took over the show. Like, yeah, lean on me. At 4 years old, like, man, you are ready. And then at 8, the boy, we were in the car driving and listening to the radio. Here, attention, Honolulu, Hawaii. This is Disney and Nickelodeon. We're having live auditions. Come down, try out, and Yeah, you can be on Nickelodeon, your favorite kids shows. And you like, can I see the phone? You thinking he wants to play on the phone.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, oh, hey, they need to talk to an adult. Who needs to talk to an adult? Oh, I called Nickelodeon. I got an audition Saturday. What? Like, what? And I couldn't tell him no because I did drama and I've been an extra in Hawaii 5-0. I'm like, man, you gonna sit there for like 12 hours for 10 minutes? No, I don't want to. But he put in the app. He made, because it wasn't something he seen on TV. He was in the car. That's what amazed me. And immediately called the number. Remembered the number that called him. Like, yeah, I want to be an actor. And he went there and they had adults, everything. But it didn't take that long, actually. He went there.
Yeah. They
gave him the script. He was looking at it, reading it. It was a couple of commercials. Choose one.
Okay.
Okay. Gets right up there and nails it without the script. Memorized it. That's my boy. That's what I'm talking about. And then all I did was have to challenge him like, okay, you like acting and stuff, poetry and being on stage is pretty much the same thing, right? It's a form of acting. I mean, you spilling yourself. You're like, you know what? You're right, Dad. And he started writing. I'm like, okay, there it is. And I think the first piece he did was, oh wow. It was an ode to me, ode to Daddy. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it was for my 40th. My 40th birthday. So it was
2 years ago, maybe.
Yes, a little bit over 2 years ago. And he sat there, highest props, had me just. I could hold back the tears, just bawling because I didn't see it coming. And my favorite line of any poem ever will always be, my first and forever friend. He said I was his first and forever friend, which means mommy is number 2, daddy number 1. What? Daddy, that's for all the dads out there. Daddy number 1 this time.
This is ridiculous. Get your son in here. We need to have a word
yes.
with him.
I'm like, oh, he said my first and forever friend. Mom, you're number 2. Daddy number 1.
Let's see if he can perform a poem for us. Seriously,
yes.
Let's get him in here.
Speak up. Nice and loud.
All right, friends and family. So we have probably one of the cutest, most intelligent kids on the island in the studio with us. I kind of put him on the spot because he walked in and I was like, hey, do you want to perform a poem? And he's like, sure, I guess. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sweetie.
Hello, I'm President Korion. I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm only 11 years old and I'm blowing up the poetry stage.
Woo-hoo! Okay, so I'll be quiet while he shares his poem with us.
So this piece I have for everybody today is called The Greatness in Me. Now I'm many things, Hawaiian, Chinese, African American, so I tied it all up into one poem. We'll start the poem off with a Hawaiian chant. Here we go. E ho mai, ka ike mai, luna mai, o na mea, huna no ea, o na mele e ho mai, e ho mai, e ho mai. Just like the goddess Pele erupt in fire, I step to the mic and erupt with a fiery verse that scorched the earth. My poetry heats hearts. I'm a living, breathing work of art. I fight hard to win my judo and wrestling matches like Thurgood Marshall fought to end segregation in American schools. I have the vision to solve any math problem, like Vivian Thomas had the vision for heart procedures that saved the lives of blue babies. Martin Luther King Jr. I have a dream speech, told the nation to rise above segregation. I will rise above the hatred, letting the world know Black Lives Matter. I free myself from the evil of being bad and bullied, just like Harriet Tubman freed slaves using the Underground Railroad. Railroad. I don't let the history of Hawaii die, just like King Kalakaua wouldn't let hula die. The missionaries banned hula. King Kalakaua said, "Let them dance on my birthday," which became the Merry Monarch Festival. I'll be strong and fearless like King Kamehameha, the first chief to unite all Hawaiian Islands. I lift my weighted ball like King Kamehameha lifted the Nahusto. I will always be proud fighting, working for what I want and believe in. Like Malcolm X, he told the people during the Civil Rights Movement, nobody can give you freedom, equality, justice, or anything. If you're a man, you can and will take it. I'm going to show the world who I am once COVID blows by. I'm the kid with dope words, with looks so fly. I'm going to be the longest reigning poetry champ in history. No one will beat me, not even Z. Everyone will call me Kid BPE, best poet ever. I'm going to be an OG in the poetry community. This is all the greatness inside of me. Psych, there's more. I got jokes like, what do you call four black people in an elevator? Kit Kat. These are the greatest people in the world to me, besides my mom and dad. I will always use the greatness my ancestors gave me in my everyday life. My ancestors are the greatness in my body and soul. They are the reason I can never give up. I must always try. I know they are watching me up in the sky. That's the piece.
Ooh. Okay, so maybe you and I retire from poetry and we let the kids handle it, because it looks like, I guess, we're too old for the game. He already knows the history, so he can tell the people what's what, and we can sit back and
relax. Let him take over. Just like, wow.
Why do you write poetry? Tell me.
Because I love it. It's a very good work of art.
Who inspires you?
My dad.
Yeah, your dad. What's your favorite poem by your dad?
Little Man. It's a poem about me and how he's excited to have me in his life.
Have I heard that one?
I don't think so.
You guys are absolutely a power packed. You guys are the Power Rangers of our poetry scene. Dynamite, Dad's fly, President is taking over the game. Z, I hope you heard this. I hope you're listening. Okay? We're tired of you.
And Z is his arch nemesis. I'm gonna beat Z.
Well,
Like his last couple of poems, that's a new poem he just wrote.
Wow.
And of course, somehow, some way, the greatness in me, somehow, some way, he had to find a way to put Z in it. Like, I'm gonna beat Z. He puts that in there now. Somewhere in his poems, it's gonna say, I'm gonna beat Z.
Oh man, thank you so much for sharing. So before we finish off, I have one last question for you, Dad. We are officially in the month of love. This episode airs February 7th. What is your love message to the world?
My love message to the world is keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. And don't be scared to share how you truly feel. Because a lot of times we put on the front, like, oh, I'm this big bad boat.
Yep.
Just be yourself. Be honest with yourself and be honest with the people around you. Like, look, they may not like it, but at least they know you're being honest. And with honesty, that's where love lies to me. You can't have love if you're dishonest.
Yeah.
Because eventually that dishonesty is going to come to the surface. And nobody loves a crook.
That's true.
Nobody loves it. Nobody's going to be like, yay, I'm glad I got robbed. That was so awesome. You stole my heart and just broke it. That was the best thing I know. When you're honest with somebody and you tell them up front how you feel, they can like it, they can love it, or they can hate it.
Yeah.
But at least you're giving them the choice.
It's really good. That is really good. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you, man.
For keeping it simple and for being authentic and sharing so openly. I feel like, you know, every time I do these podcast episodes, I know more about the poets in our community because we see each other as hi, bye, yeah, sure, whatever, and we go our ways. But when we sit down and make the time to talk like this, then we get to really connect. Now I feel like I know a lot more about you and you than I did before, you know. No more competing. I'll let you win. If you're up against me on a slam, I'll be like, give it to the kid. Let's let him win. Okay, guys, I'm going to let Dad sign out with his last poem, but before that, I'm going to sign out. So, as per usual, my sign out is Mahulokwe Kiotaba Ribuile. Aloha.
This is 40. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, motherfuckers all over the world. This is 40. It all started December the 10th, 1978 in the Show Me State. I came out choking on the cord. Mama screaming, help me, Lord. Doctor said, oh my God, I've never seen a head so big. That's probably why I'm my mother's last kid. So many stories of the things I've seen and did. Let's start when I was 4 and locked the bathroom door and couldn't get out. I began to scream and shout. Time went by slow before my Uncle Almo opened the door. Took one look at me and said, hush, little dirty red boy. Dirty Red, my first nickname. While my mother's skin is as dark as night, I was light, bright, damn near white, with dirty red hair and freckles on my hands and feet. Made my look complete. Here's a story of how I met my first and forever friend. Over 30 years ago, it all began with me lying, saying he did it. But he still wanted to play, like, man, it's okay. Every day we did. I won't say his name, call him Mr. Perfect, because he never did shit wrong. Only dude I know grew up in the hood and never got into a fight, but would talk shit all day and night, no matter what, my brother for life. Now this junior high, while I dressed fly and the girls caught my eye, Shatangela Gamage, with a smile and body that did damage. She left me with nothing to say as she bumped and smiled at me every day in the hallway. From 10 to 13, I got my ass kicked, felt like every day. And no, it wasn't a bully. It was my mother or my brother. She would beat me in the name of Jesus. And because she knew I was sneaky, my brother just beat me. No mercy. He once kicked me so hard, I pissed blood for a week. It hurt so bad my soul cried tears. I ain't seen my brother in 20 years. 13, we moved across the bridge. I didn't get to see my friends, so I made them up on my own, telling my mama the demons won't leave me alone. So I was put away for 3 days in a crazy place. I came out, what the fuck was that for? It didn't make me struggle in and help me to grow. When I was 14, my mama sent me to live with my uncle in Jacksonville, North Carolina. He was a monster to me. 8 feet tall, 700 pounds. Not true, but it felt that way. His son, my cousin Tank, gave me my first drink. We were cool until that one day in the Space Station Arcade. Tank stood 6'5", 6'6", sneaks up behind me. Sleeper hole, I'm out cold. For months I got picked on by friends. Till this day, I'm still plotting my revenge. In NC, I didn't stay long. A year, I was back home. September 8, 1993, I lost my virginity to she know who. High school, I was cool, fool, breaking the rules, playing football, wrestling, writing poetry, taking drama, doing girls in drama, smoking weed, daring anybody to fuck with me. By my junior year, I was on swole, got my second nickname, Debo. But I was more like this, my blunt punk. I stayed smoking that skunk. I wasn't trying to fuck nobody up. Somehow I graduated. Mama, I made it. From 1998 through 2006, I went through and started a lot of shit. Homeless twice. I met a girl, the one from my dreams. But our love was a deadly disease. Her mama was cool with me. She gave me one of my funniest and favorite memories. A lesbian who said, eating pussy is nasty. I just give them my knee. My daddy died. I went and said goodbye, even though he wasn't a part of my life. I moved from St. Louis to Hawaii to Texas to Massachusetts to Arkansas, back to Massachusetts, back to North Carolina. April 2006 changed me. I was carjacked and kidnapped, put in the trunk of my own car. I popped the trunk and jumped out on I-95. They let out shots, but I survived. I didn't leave the house for a month because they still had my keys. When I did, one of the motherfuckers walked right past me. I ran back and grabbed the gun. There he is standing in front of the stove. No idea what was in the stove. I walked to take him out. I swear God's hand wouldn't let me pull the gun out. My girl mom pulled up. Corey, you okay? With tears in my eyes, nah. I need to get away. June 5th, 2006, back in Hawaii. July 19th, 2008, I met my soulmate. Life was great. A year later, July 4th, 2009, your mom and me created the perfect recipe to make history. My mini-me. Now I have my own family. I don't know what tomorrow brings, but this is 40.